Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh. I sell used books, CDs, and DVDs online on platforms like eBay and Amazon. That is what I do full-time to support my family. And this is?
Esther.
And who are you?
His daughter.
Yes, this is my daughter. So, here's the plan. What we are going to do is, we have a library that we are going to pick up. Yes, an entire library. Now this library has been closed for like decades, longer than I've been alive is my understanding here. So, it's not as big as you would think of as a library. We do have the trailer on back. However, we're not getting it today. It's about 3 hours away, actually real close to where my parents live. So we're gonna go down there, spend the weekend with them, and then be picking it up on Monday. But today is Friday, so where are we gonna go on the way?
The bins.
We're going to the bins, the Goodwill bins. Esther's never been, she really wants to go for whatever reason. So we're gonna be taking her there today, showing you guys all the great stuff that we get. Hopefully we find some books. I don't know, lately they have not had any like book carts out, but hopefully they have some. Been doing really good with CDs and DVDs there from time to time, so we shall see. So that's what I'm looking for. What are you looking for today?
Yarn.
She wants yarn. She has been crocheting, knitting, crocheting. Okay, I get those two mixed up. So she's looking for some yarn today. Who knows what else we'll end up finding, but anyways, yeah, come along if you want to see us take Esther to the bins for the first time, and if you want to see us pick up really this library that has been forgotten to time and just kind of sitting for the better part of many decades. But anyways, we'll see you guys in a bit. All right, we are, wow, that sun is really on you. Oh, we are back from the bins. Did not do so great in there. Like DVD, CDs just were not coming out. They had no books that came. I saw one book in the whole place, but
There was a lot of yarn.
Esther did good. She found a lot of yarn, found some other stuff, got a couple of shirts. I found a hat to sell. I don't know, not much in there. But anyways, I think this will be the last update for today. We will see you guys on Monday when we are getting
The library.
the library. That's so weird to say. I'm looking at my trailer, I'm like, is this thing gonna fit in there? I don't know. I'll pop up some pictures on the screen right here of what they sent me. I'm hoping it will fit in the trailer, but I don't know. All right, got some empty totes in here. Got a whole bunch of small Lowe's boxes. We are going to go pick up these books now. It is misting like just enough to worry me today. So hopefully the rain stays away. Wasn't supposed to rain today. Looked at the weather last night, looked at it all week, and no chance of rain today. And it's misting this morning. So hopefully things go good. I'll give you guys an update when we get there. All right, we're done. We got there at 9 a.m., like right on the dot. It's 11:54, so just under 3 hours to load all that. Typically, I will have somebody pre-box stuff if I'm doing a free pickup, but I knew where I was going with these ladies that I was just gonna do it for them. So we did that, took 3 hours, a lot of work. We got 48 small Lowe's boxes. No, not small Lowe's, small Walmart boxes, 17 by 11 by 12. Got those in the trailer. So that's probably a little over 2,000 pounds worth of books. In this vehicle, I've got 3 of the big black and yellow totes, 5 IKEA bags, 1 other random tote, and a couple small Lowe's boxes. And then in my dad's truck, we threw 3 black and yellow totes because we're packed here. You see his truck over there. But anyways, we're gonna go to another town where there's actually a restaurant, eat some lunch, and then I'm driving back home today. So that is just the update. I'm kind of tired, you know, just move a ton and a half of books, literally. And yeah, that's what we're doing. Anyways, on the road. All right, we are back in the garage now. I've got 2 stacks of these books here. So I just wanted to show you guys real quick kind of my current sorting process for like this type of stuff. This is eBay stuff. eBay stuff I am sorting at my desk here with the computer. We've got it open. We are actually on research on eBay. Let me get some screen recordings going for you guys so you can actually see what we are doing here. So let me see if I can remember how to record my screen. I think it is this button. Yes, it is. Record the screen. No, we've got audio there. This is the screen I want? I believe so. Yes, it is. All right, so we are going to start actually kind of doing some product research and looking up things. First off, on the top of this box, though, I've got 6 of these. These are Chronicles of Oklahoma. These are put out by the Oklahoma Historical Society. I probably have the largest collection of these, but I always just do a flat price on these and just list them and wait for somebody to come in and buy them. I sold this one within the last 12 months. So we're totally great there. We got 6 of them. I'm going to price these at $20 a piece. So what I'm doing right now is I am writing $20 on my little slip of paper where I put information that I want when I am doing my listing. And the most important piece of information I want when I'm doing my listing is the price. Man, this sunlight's terrible. And also, I'm going to put item location in. I will do that when I'm doing my photographs. I can also put in other things as well there. But I'm just going to take that piece of paper, slip it in the front cover, and just set it off to the side. Start making a pile of things. I'm glad that when I opened this box, we had a bunch here at the top. Now this one is starting to come apart a little bit. I'm going to add just a little bit of glue here to kind of put that back together. This is Line Co glue. This is what I use for just small book repairs like this. You don't need a lot of it, just enough to stick things back together. I also keep rubber bands on this bottle, and that just kind of like, in case I need a rubber band any of the books shut. But this stuff dries pretty quickly. On this smaller paperback, I'm not going to end up actually rubber banding this one, because this is going to seal back up just fine. You just don't want to put too much glue where it's squeezing out the ends. That's a horrible thing to happen. But all the rest of these look fairly nice. So we're going to be going through sorting these. I'm finding a pretty decent percentage of this stuff I am actually listing on eBay. Oh my goodness, there's tons more of those in this box. But a lot of stuff we're getting is just like super damaged. Like, this is really bad shape. Let's see what this is even a copy of. This is just 1920s fiction that is not going to be worth anything. So this type of stuff, what I do is I put it in this tote over here. In this tote down here is going to be stuff that I'm going to sell off in lots on Facebook Marketplace, either for like decor or somebody that just wants a bunch of old books for whatever reason. Maybe they just like looking through old books. And we are going to be basically providing that for them. So I don't get a lot for them. Usually I like put a layer face up in each tote and get $10 to $20 per tote that way. It's not a huge money maker, but it's one way of just kind of keeping these books in circulation that are much older and not having to basically recycle them. Up next, we got Modern Library Book. You know that from the symbol on the spine there. Man, this light is terrible this afternoon. This is passages from Samuel Pepys' diary. It looks like this thing is not worth listing individually. So, going down there in the pile. I do not want to be spending a lot of time today looking up each individual book. We're just kind of going through one at a time, spending a minute or two on each book, trying to spell things correctly. Yeah, I think we did there. And here's our first one. So we had one copy of this book sold for $14 plus shipping and, or wait, 0% free shipping. Yeah. Did they charge $23 shipping on that? Oh my goodness. And then a second copy of this book. This is the book I have right here. Sold for $12.50 plus shipping. Are there any actives? It looks like we do have a few actives here. Quite a few. None that really match mine very much, except for a couple here at the top. I don't think that matches it. Actually, I don't have any. So what were those solds at? I've already spent more time on this than I should have. But when I'm talking, it's hard. One at $14, one at $12.50. I'm going to go ahead and price at $14. Greatly willing to accept offers. The lowest I am listing things for right now is $12 plus shipping. It's like an English college book. Those are basically never worth anything. Go straight in the decor pile. And yeah, we're just going to zoom through these. This one's kind of neat. Wild Animals I Have Known by Ernest Thomas Seton. Okay, and we got a lot of copies of this book selling. Do we have... Looks like my copy is from 1926. I'm turning to the copyright page, which is right after the title page typically. Getting that year, that's going to be how I narrow things down next. And there is a one that looks a lot like mine. This one is signed and it went for $14. This one looks a lot like mine. Similar condition, honestly. Went for $10. This one's probably in better condition than mine. Went for $18. That one went for $7.50. So yeah, seen a lot of those going good. I think I am going to list this. Condition's not great. We're going to put $12 on it. Let it fly. I'm doing a lot of that pricing with the books from this collection. A lot of these books I am listing for like $12 to $20 plus shipping. All About Monkeys. This is kind of neat. Who's this by? Lemon? And you're not going to get rich listing books for $12 to $20 plus shipping. But when I can list, and I don't see this anywhere, when I can get through 100 of them in a day, and a lot of them are selling, we'll do good. All About Monkeys, Lemon. I didn't see anything there for that, so we're just going to price that at $20. Up next, we got a bunch of these Chronicles of Oklahoma. I'm going to set these to the side, do them off camera, because nobody wants to just see me write 20 down a whole lot of times. I did not know that's what was in this box. Here we have a whole bunch of paperbacks, like stuff like this, All About Puppies, and also stuff that's like really damaged, like this old book on fossils, this old book on butterflies, this one on constellations. Stuff like this that is too far damaged, too far gone, is going to go into my Goodwill pile, which is right over there. Stuff that's in better shape, like potentially this Constellations one, is going to go to a local used bookstore that likes this type of stuff. And a few of these I'll look up. But most of this we are just going to sort right away into these piles for Goodwill or a local bookstore. You need to have a plan for every single book before you get it. Where are all your books going to go? This one is like new. Oh my goodness. Well, we got some newer stuff in here. Anyways, but a lot of this stuff, like children's books, badly damaged. A lot of this stuff going to Goodwill. Some of this stuff going to the local bookstore. Some of this stuff going into... That's a new book. Heaven is for Real. That looks kind of neat. Have a plan for every single book before you get it. Just like that, we're basically at the bottom of this tote. Oh my goodness. Not tote, the bottom of this box. Anyways, let's look up a couple of these real quick just to give everybody a little bit more of an idea about how I do my research. China, The Hungry Dragon, John Scott. Oops, we hit the wrong button there. And here we go. This is the copy that I have here for $8.99. It is listed for, none sold. It's the type of thing I might stick in a pile that goes to another guy that really likes vintage paperbacks. We'll set that aside for him. Hopefully he wants it. Biological Time Bomb by Gordon Rattery Taylor. This is science nonfiction. It says, here's a copy that sold for $5. There's a copy that sold for $7.99. $7.99. Looks like none of these are selling where I need them to. vintage paperback guy that likes this type of stuff. Here's a report from a Chinese village. Myrdal is the last name. And once again, I see one sold for $3.49. See a couple more sold at that price. And we'll just keep moving on. It's been 10 minutes so far. We're basically to the end of this bottom of this first box. Of course, most of them is this $20 stack each of Chronicles of Oklahoma, which I might have the biggest collection of it at this point. I've bought several collections over the years. Short biographies of governors of Oklahoma. Here's one listed for $12. There are none sold. This is going to go to the local bookstore. They like local interest type stuff. That's where we will put it. Here we got Handbook of the Insect World. This is by Hercules Powder Company. Yeah, there we go. We got one sold for $15, one sold for $6. Any actives? We do have an active for $12.99 and an active for $7.99. The $7.99 is in way worse shape than mine. There's also one here for $3. Oh my goodness. You know what? We're going to get rid of this. I think that's going to go to Goodwill. That just needs to go to Goodwill. And let me show you guys one more. Women under the Southern Cross. I see none active. This is mine. Sold for $14.25. And it sold October 27th. It is currently December, so it sold not that long ago. And there's... Is this the same thing? Just a different... No, this is not the same thing, because that's by a different author. So it looks like I have the only copy available right now. One sold for $14, none available. Let's list it for $20. $20 is a very common price in my store, just something I do a lot. Anyways, this has been how I price books. I am using product research on eBay. This is how I do all my non-barcode stuff, my stuff that is not readily available, or stuff that you're going to see a lot of. Anything with barcodes, like this book right here, we are scanning with an app called Scoutly and seeing how that book performs on Amazon, because that's the best way to go about this. This older stuff that's not necessarily on Amazon, or maybe it's just super slow. Like that book, there had only been one available in the last 3 years. It had sold, but how long did it take to sell? There's no telling, but I will get the next sell because I'm the only one that has a copy of that book. And that's what a lot of these books today are going to kind of look like. Low competition, low sell-through rate. It's the bread and butter I build my store on. But anyways, I'm going to finish sorting books until I have about 100 or so, and then I'll show you guys how I do photographs. All right, it's picture taking time. We've got the phone ready to take some pictures. We've got 100 books stacked up, and we've got some free space over here to stack books once we're done with them. Normally I like to stick them on a cart once I'm done so I can wheel them over to the shelf, but you are standing where the cart goes, so we're sticking them on the desk instead. Being a little less efficient today, but I can always move the book one more time to make this video. So I'm just taking pictures of the front cover of the book, of the spine of the book. I then open up the book, take one of the inside, and then one of the title page, and one of the copyright page. I do those pictures on basically every single book. From there, we're kind of flipping through the book. I'm looking for like illustrations or anything like that, underlining, that sort of stuff. I don't see anything in here. I am just going to snap one random picture of a random page inside of the book. If I had illustrations or anything like that, we'd be doing more. Or if we had issues with damages. I'm then going to take one picture of the back cover, and after that we are just going to take one picture of my little information card. On this book, the only information I have on there is the price, $12, and the item location, shelf I, and this is book number 1 because this is going on a brand new shelf that we are starting out. I'm then going to put that book down, start on book number 2. Doing a lot more moving around than I normally do. Also, I just misplaced my pencil. How did I do that? Guess I did it while I was talking to you all. Grab a different pen. Oh, I see it. It fell on the ground. So yeah, there we go. Start just taking pictures of lots of books. And we are going to work our way through this batch of 200. This one's got some pictures in it. Pretty cool. That type of stuff. You know, whatever we've got, anything interesting inside the book, I like to just try and get a snapshot of that or two. I'm trying not to be moving around too much while I'm doing this. I want everything easily within arm reach. And we are just taking all the pictures that we need in order to list the books. I want enough where I can show the condition really well, but I also don't want to be spending ages and ages taking pictures of books. Trying to find that good balance between taking enough pictures and taking too many pictures where it takes me too long. I leave these little cards sticking out of the book just a little bit so that when they're on the shelves, I know this is the third book on the shelf and I can easily find it whenever I go to pull orders. That's something I really like to do, something I do a lot of. Also will sometimes stand these books up on end like this for the very first picture, especially older books. I think it makes a really nice display. It shows the spine and the front cover at the same time. And it just looks professional. Looks good. It's kind of neat. This is put out by Narcotics Anonymous, or not Anonymous, Narcotics Education in 1950. What's this called? Really Living. So pretty neat. Let's do one more so that we've got 5 for you guys here. First picture there, get the spine and the cover. Although sometimes my first picture is just down. Just kind of depends on the type of book. The older the book is, the more likely my first picture is going to be that spine and cover together. If there's a table of contents page like this one has, I will snap a picture of that. You see that a lot more in nonfiction than you do fiction. Fiction, I'm not worried about snapping that page and showing people the titles of the chapters. But in nonfiction, I do like to snap a picture of that so people have an idea of what all is actually included in the book. So anyways, I'm going to finish this out, take pictures of these 100 books, and yeah, I think we'll wrap it up after that. Been very blessed to have this all. It's been absolutely great. Got a lot of books on hand, a lot of books we're sorting through. Currently, more books are coming in than I am processing, which is absolutely great feeling. But space is getting limited, so we got to get back to work. All right, I get a lot of questions about my shelves, so I thought I would show you guys these just real quickly. I need to finish building out this one. It's like not quite done, but just kind of give you an idea. I've got basically 2 2x4s going up, 2 going across. I got 8-footers going all the way across at the top, 2 of them, and 2 down there underneath on the bottom, and then 2 going up. I can't remember what height I have these cut to, but it's just enough where like I can just kind of reach this top pretty easily. I usually put bulk stuff up here. Like we got these 2 broken PS2s that go together. Up here we've got like a dictionary set. It's just miscellaneous top storage, not necessarily book storage generally. And down here on the bottom, we just got all of our books. This is the first 100 that we've got here. This is book number 100 on shelf I. The next shelf next to it is shelf J. It is all the way filled up. Then after that, we have shelf K, which this shelf is basically empty, but then this is all filled with CDs, which the shelves, of course, are way closer together than the bookshelves. So I just kind of, the spacing on my shelves depends on what I'm putting on them. I'm usually just using whatever scrap I have laying around here to make the little shelving brackets. I can't think of the right word I want for those, but just put a piece of scrap there, put a piece of 1/2-inch plywood on it, piece of scrap on the other end, and build it out. It's not too bad. I am putting this like thin masonite on the back because if you don't do that, you get just a little bit of wobble in these shelves when you shake them. And I really need to get that put in so we can get that wobble out. But just adding something to the back takes that wobble all away. But we can put a lot of shelves on here. We got 2 8-foot sections in the garage here already together. And then once we're done with this, these shelves are filled up, we will empty off this wire shelving rack and basically put another 2x4 upright so we can put another shelving unit right next to it. Here's like kind of my last ones that I built back to back. Here's the original 12-inch wide. Then I've added another 12-inch wide here so that we can put all of our books on there. But yeah, that's kind of how I build these out. Lots of 2x4s, 1/2-inch plywood, which the 1/2-inch plywood, it does bow just a little bit when you stick nothing but books on it, but not too bad over a 4-foot span. It works for me. We're holding things down with some screws, holding it all together, and it's coming out just fine. All right, so I was starting to list these on List Easier, and I realized I should show you guys how I do all my listings now. When I'm listing lots of things at once, like 100 books at a time, I'm currently using List Easier. Absolutely great software. I don't have any affiliate links. I don't even get the software for free. We're just using it because it is the currently best AI listing software out there, especially if you are doing bulk listings. It's what I'm using every single month. I use up all my listings. Absolutely love this stuff. So I'm a couple of steps in. If you need help with the beginning steps of setting up like a template for whatever it is you're listing, go back, see some of my other List Easier videos. I'm at the photo upload start part. So I'm going to click on some photos, click on create listing, and I'm going to have to do this for each basically book listing that I'm going to be doing. But this is the most time consuming part for me. If I was to take the same amount of photos for each book, I could just say basically auto assign 6 photos for each book or whatever it may be. But for me, I'm clicking on the first, and the last, and then hitting create listing. So I'm going to go through this, click on all these. I don't think you guys want to watch me do every single one of them. And then we will be back in just a minute. But how many have we done already? We've done 12 already. So 88 more to go. I'll be back. Okay, so I hit create all the listings. We got 100 listings here. We do have 2 that had errors. This happens from time to time. Usually it's not big things. First one is on this All About Monkeys book. And let's scroll down and look. It missed the language for some reason. I find that honestly to be like the most common error. Let's check the next one. Also missing language. So let's type that in there. English. No big deal. So these are all done now. Now, I have it fill in a base price of $20 for me. That's not what most of these are going to be listed at. So I'm going to actually open this up on another screen. Here, let me just show you what I do. I go to my little photo card that says this one should be $12. Also on this piece of paper, I will write in any other information I need. I can circle condition on here if it's not going to be good condition. I'm listing pretty much everything as good condition. And if I'm worried about the weight, I can put the weight in there. Or if it's signed, I can circle signed. All that great stuff. Anyways, we're going to update that to $12. And we're just going to go on to the next one. I don't really double check these listings much anymore. 99% of the time, in my opinion, these are correct. They're good enough. And so even having that like 1% error rate, really not that big of a deal in my opinion. I probably personally make a 1% error rate when I'm listing stuff. So the AI is, in my opinion, just as good as me as far as like having an error rate on things. And usually the error rate is more along like, this one says it's first edition. This is probably the first edition that was put out by Book League. So it's the first edition for that company, but it's not like the first edition. So I'm actually going to get rid of that. And we're going to put Book League in here. That's totally fine. But that's usually where they're running into some kind of issues. Sure, it's the first printing for that publisher, but it's not a true first edition of All That Glitters. Not the biggest deal in my opinion. So yeah, I'm just going to go through these and basically price them, update with any keywords that I might have written down, change any weights of any heavier books that I might have where I want the weight to be a little bit different. But I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me do all 100 of these. I see no reason to do that. Honestly, these look really good. The Whispering House, Gene Hager, 1970. Stick Von Library Edition. See, I would probably put X Library instead of Library Edition, but, you know, it's totally fine. There we go. So yeah, filling all that in, taking our time to do this. Not the end of the world. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say about it List Easier, but I can't remember. I don't know. I really like it. We're using it for all my media listings around here. Oh, I had that one error pop up on the screen. You saw it a second ago. Batch too big, failed to save. This will happen sometimes when I'm working with batches around 100, especially on books that have more photos. I find it doesn't happen as much in CDs and DVDs when I have less photos per item. But once I start getting around that 100, that batch size of 100 for books, and since I have more photos, I think it has a hard time saving things. If I keep it around 50 books, I don't have that issue, but it doesn't happen every time I make a change, but sometimes it does. Some days it seems to be worse. Doesn't seem to be happening again. We only had it happen once so far, so really not that big of a deal. Oh my goodness, this book, There's Not a Bathing Suit in Russia. I've sold this so many times. Great little book. But anyways, I think I will just I'm going to finish these listings, set them live on eBay, and then I will do just a final recap thought of how this pickup went, what I liked about it, what I didn't like, those sort of things. All right, so thoughts. Would I do this deal again? Yes, absolutely. I mean, it was free books. I did have, 6 hours of drive time, 3 hours there, 3 hours back. I did have 4 hours of picking stuff up. So we've got like 10 hours into sourcing, but if that just cuts out like 1-2 days of me sourcing somewhere else, like leaving to source, like then I've got that time back. These books were free, so I didn't have to pay for them when I'd normally be paying if I was going out and cherry picking or something like this. So if this can just save me 2 days worth of cherry picking, then it makes sense. And it saved me way more than 2 days of cherry picking. It's been really nice. So what I'm currently doing is I still have other small hauls coming in. Somebody bringing me a box or two of books here, a truckload of books there, 3 boxes over there. Like, so there's still small loads coming in. I am sourcing through those first when they come in and then backfilling with anything that I have from this library. I'm able to have it kind of in my back shop and just kind of pull stuff out whenever I need more to finish filling up that backload. Finish backfilling what I'm not getting from my other sources. So it's allowing me to really stretch things, not have to go outsourcing. I haven't been outsourcing in quite a while now. Don't plan on going outsourcing for quite another long time. I've had some other big pickups come in that time as well, not just small things. So really enjoying having that and just being able to backfill. I don't even have to think about sourcing for the next couple of months because I know I'll have some stuff coming in and I can just keep backfilling with this. I could just like go crazy for the next 2-3 weeks, finish this library, and just forget about everything else that's coming in. But I like just dealing with the stuff coming in, backfilling with the library. It's been really, really good mix for my business. We got the shelves filling up. We are selling things. I listed that stuff with List Easier like less than 10 minutes ago, and we've already sold one $20 book, and that was with just the last 100 listings. We have sold a lot of stuff. Now, if everything in that was just like these $12 to $20 books, it would not be worth it. But there's plenty of $50, $70, $100, $200 books mixed in there that really helps out and really makes things worth it. We've sold multiple $100 books already and just having a great time going through this old stuff. These are the types of books I like to sort through. Non-barcode stuff that everybody else doesn't have, stuff that I just enjoy more. So it's really been a great deal. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more book and media reselling content, go ahead and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Check out List Easier too. Really like it. Oh, excuse me. Wow, that lunch.